Hi, it's Beck Mack here with Pops Art and for AU Review, my new partner. And tonight it is the launch of Griffith Review's Millennials Strike Back. This is very exciting. And fabulous Bree Lee is with me, one of the authors. How are you, Bree?
Very well, thank you.
Now, how do you relate to being a millennial?
Ooh, well, I am one, for starters, but
What's the characteristics that you feel you have?
Well, more than just being born within a certain number of years, it specifically relates a lot to what kind of technology we've grown up with and how interconnected we are, and certain issues that we face, which I think bring us together more than anything else. So one thing that's been really hot at the moment is, of course, like the housing crisis and the fact that no millennials can enter the housing market. And that's one of the things that's spoken about by a different contributor to this edition of the Griffith Review, and mine is all about legal issues, and particular legal issues that face young women, which bring us together.
Yeah, well, we will get to that. So, but why are you all striking back? It seems quite a like a revolution going on. What's the deal? Are you fed up with the bad press? You feel like you need to consolidate yourself as a collective artistic force?
Yeah, definitely. All that and more. One thing I really like that people speak negatively about is that millennials are really impatient. And I think that does come from this really interconnected digital, globalized network that we've grown up in. But also, we can all speak to each other, and the internet has democratized access to information so incredibly. And we are millennials, which makes us younger, which means that combined with the fact that we're impatient means we're looking at pre-existing power structures and who's currently running the show and feeling really excluded from that.
Because cut out.
Yes, absolutely. So again, the property market is a perfect example where the people currently making the laws have multiple properties. Like literally the people who run the government have on average 2 or 3 investment properties, and yet those are the people who are in power who are making decisions, and my entire generation is locked out of that.
Cut out, I know. And as your fabulous co-editor Jareth Head talked about, is that globalization is like creating this dilemma of feeling like that impatience and that sort of focus on yourselves, but at the same time it's also your power and your way forward to, I guess, conquer the world.
Absolutely. And that's where the coming together part is so important, because short of being in positions of power, the number of us and the fact that we can communicate directly with each other is where we can get our strength from.
Excellent. I love it. Bring it on, Millennium Strike Back. Now, you're drawing on your law past and you're exploring like the gender inequality in the legal system. How is this impacting on justice for women in Australia?
Hugely. So what I talk about is that there's not only an imbalance in the legal industry, as in the lawyers and the barristers and the judges, but also in the actual justice system. So the laws and the way people give evidence at trial and the way juries work. On an industry level and also on a more like institutional, really fundamental level, neither of those systems were set up with women in mind. Right. They're really archaic.
And it seems like often, as I read your essay, that it's women that are the ones that are the victims in it, but in the end they end up being the persecuted.
Yeah, absolutely. So my essay in particular talks about sexual offences, so sexual assault and rape, of which the vast majority of perpetrators are men and the vast majority of victims are women. And the extra element to that, which I've spoken a lot about in this essay, is that of all criminal offences, homicides are the oldest on average perpetrators and the second oldest for sexual assault perpetrators. And yet the victims of sexual assaults are, on average, some of the youngest victims. So what we're seeing
shocking
is, that compound element of literally older men against younger women.
Which is basically the property market. Isn't it, really? Now, you have your first book coming out, is that right? Yeah. So when's this happening?
Not till next year, but...
Exciting! Congratulations! And what's it called?
Eggshell Skull. Which is it's a legal term, so anyone from the legal world will get a little bit of a nod there. But yeah, it's about my previous life in the legal industry and about a lot of the things that I talk about in this essay, really like structural as well as industrial, like imbalance.
Good on you. I love it. Fantastic. And I love all you millennials. And this is an amazing book. There's about how many authors? Jareth's right here.
35-ish.
35 authors, and it's launching tonight. Griffith Review, Millennials Strike Back, check it out. And follow this lady, Brie Lee. Thank you.